Greetings, I'm Les.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together!
Woo!
So we are back with Julian, and
we're in freaking episode 18, and my gosh, we are into book 12, chapter 1 at long last, and we're going to kill Julian! Woo! I have no idea what's gonna happen, honestly. We're gonna see.
I certainly hope we aren't killing Julian. I don't actually know if you can kill people in this game. Neither of us know if you can kill people in this game.
Right?
But, like, the fact that death is hanging over his head, that this game is taking itself very seriously, we kind of worry about it sometimes.
Or just a teensy weensy little bit.
And you know, if you date everyone wrong, you kill the whole city.
This was is very serious, don't you know?
Thanks.
Thanks, I hate it.
I hate it. What did you do? Well, you see, we ran a Valentine's special day event where we got everyone killed. It was lovely.
Woo!
Also,
it's the murder round!
If you are watching this early on when we have posted it, and not, years from now, let's expand the meta, it is February into the new year of 2020. Please remember to do your taxes and take care of yourself.
Especially if you're in the United States.
Yes, that one. We are in the United States, but it's that one of those things of, take care of it early and don't stress yourself out.
And if you figure you can't find anything, there's actually, especially if you live in the United States, there tend to be a lot of free services in conjunction with your public libraries. You can usually always ask them for resources or help.
Yes, many of them actually just hold free tax doing things.
So
you could
they will fund programs that will help you.
Yeah, and so you could just go get them done for free and get it taken care of. Anyway, welcome to the Arcana.
Woo!
If you are new, thanks for joining us, and if you are not new, welcome back.
I'd be like, dang, if you are new, go all the way in the very back. We'll wait, we promise. We will still be here.
We will be here because you are in the middle of everything, but
like
still good to have you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I run down side streets and shortcuts, my feet flying over the cobblestones. After that disastrous trial, I need to move quickly to save Julian from execution. When's the ball scheduled? Is it scheduled tomorrow morning? Is it scheduled tonight? We're hanging him before the ball's scheduled when?
Today, I think it's like tomorrow or some crap. Like, again, I'm like, the time...
I don't know when the
within
ball
a
is.
week, we're gonna murder this guy. Within a week, we have met, dated-ish, sort of gotten to vaguely know this guy who is very tall, and then now we're gonna kill him. Tried and getting killed.
And about to execute. Yes.
Like, this is what this time frame feels like. This feels way too short, but maybe that's me.
I don't know when the execute... Like I said, hang him before the ball, but I'm like, when's the ball? I only found out the trial was yesterday, so you know.
Right?
He said he had a plan, but what? Yeah, well, we don't always communicate very well. Mostly at all.
You seem to have some problems.
I can only hope that Asra will have some insight.
I'm also
who I haven't been talking to for 2.5 days.
I know! Well, the thing actually I'm wondering is I'm like, is there really supposed to be, like, options? So this is rhetorical mostly, guys. You don't have to answer this because I feel like that would probably be spoilers. But for me, I'm like, I feel like there's either something we missed, like in terms of some of the choices or whatever else of going, like, if you ask those things, but I'm like, I cannot figure out the tone of this game, so I don't know what a reasonable answer even is in the context of this world.
I don't know.
So I'm lost because I'm like, you're clearly trying. Like, for me, I feel like actually, so the writers are trying to write a specific character, right? A basically an experience of going, well, you're supposed to more go with these lines, but I don't know what you're talking about because I can't figure out what you want.
Because it does feel like there are good choices and bad choices,
right?
in a way, and most games are structured that way. This one gets you closer to the character. This one gets you farther away from the character.
Right?
Like we were talking about, sort of buying your way to date, and there's some lovely vines on that subject.
Right?
Will you date me? No. Here are 500 books. Yes.
Now would you like to date me? Oh, yeah!
All right. I just don't know why we haven't been talking to Asra at all during this. Since he came back. If he is, again, our best and closest companion, I don't know.
Hey, welcome back, nerd. You got some visitors. Nerd!
Okay, now you're gonna do it. You're gonna talk to yourself.
Oh, God, it's me.
It's good to see you, dear. There's a squawking ruckus behind me, and a black blur zooms over my shoulder into the shop. The Raven from the Rowdy Raven.
Malik!
Wait, the guards are coming?
I'm also like, hang on. What the crap is up with the bird?
This Raven. I've seen him around Julian before. And at the
Is he like your
bar?
Your animal friend? Is he your animal companion?
Is he a pet? Is he...
I thought he was just a part of the Rowdy Raven.
I thought
like,
so
like the thing
he
of,
warns everyone. No, he only warns me.
Now that would be edgy.
That would be super edgy. He's my personal friend. You know, just like a feral companion.
Julian is secretly every single Tamara Pierce like main character because they all have animal companions.
Right.
So that's what he is. That would be adorable.
Either that, or he is clearly like, you know, a Disney protag. He's got his animal friend.
Yeah.
He's Moana.
He is, like all of them. Except this one, the raven actually happens to be a little bit smarter than the chicken, but that's okay.
Yes, well, I just thought it was funny to say he was Moana.
It's fine. He can be Moana all he wants.
He needs to burst into amazing song and try to find, you know, try to go to the forbidden thing he's after.
Right.
It calls me. Oh, sorry. He careens into a jar and knocks it off the shelf. Dried sparkweed scatters on the ground. So do shards of glass, according to the sound effect. Hello, bird. Welcome.
And somebody winces over in a corner and goes, "Ow!
Ow! At your feet! Malak, you windbag! Behave!" With an indignant croak, he lands on my shoulder, feathers thoroughly ruffled.
Ruffled.
I did. I was like,
that was great.
Ruffled.
Ruffly ruffled. I love your dyslexia.
Yes, it's a trip, I tell you. Sometimes I just post like on my blog trips in dyslexia and reading things. It's amazing.
We tried to find you after the trial, but the crowd was too thick.
It's really a problem when it's just too thick. I'm sorry, babe.
Game too thick.
Game too thick. Couldn't get.
Why?
Couldn't survive.
Portia crammed, smushed. I love it.
How would you describe the Arcana?
Thick.
Pasha thought we might find you at your shop. The nickname catches me by surprise. Now that I'm looking for it, there's an easy familiarity between them. Yeah, it makes sense. She's probably one of the grandmas. A story for another day, maybe, because I haven't talked to Asra at all, and he is the person I know best, and I feel kind of like a jerk, but that's fine.
Tea's ready. Take your seat. If you look a bit like you need it.
He's right. My legs are shaking with exhaustion and overwhelm. When was the last time I slept? Not last night. I just thought about Julian the whole time and freaked out. You know what I could have been? Talking to someone constructively while filled with anxiety, if anyone was awake. And I know a lot of people who keep strange hours, so you know.
It's possible.
It's possible. I could have.
Yeah.
I gratefully accept a steaming mug of tea and sink into a chair.
Sink into a chair.
I seek into a chair. I can't find my way.
Oh God, chair! Come here, come, chair! Start sliding.
Scooting
You're going.
sideways.
I am so tired. I'm hallucinating the chair.
I can't.
It's me. Oh, sorry.
I just saw a short object and I was hoping to. I apologize.
I'll just be upstairs then.
You're not
Asra,
going to stay with us?
Away?
Everyone, quick, take your tea upstairs. It's fine.
Right, let's go. I'll be upstairs. Oh, we'll come with you.
Excellent. Here we go. Asra, I could really use your help. Please. He's trying to stay out of this.
Of course.
For reasons.
Yeah.
Faust
Baby!
is adorable. I'm like, Faust, I love you. Faust wiggles out of his sleeve and onto the table. She seems as worried as he does.
Bunk! Except, okay, so I have to share something that kind of bothers me.
Oh?
So this particular upturned head behavior is very characteristic of spider ball pythons. And spider ball pythons, if you know anything about actually the reptilian community at all, have been trying to stop the breeding of this particular variety of ball python.
Of visual mutation.
Yeah, it is actually a very strong mutation. And it actually it's a neurological disorder. So while this is very cute, if you ever see a snake actually do this, I forgot to mention this every single time that I've seen it, because we've also seen Faust very little at this point, which has been bothering me.
It is a strong indication of neurological disorder.
Yeah, it's really unhealthy.
Unless
Snakes cannot literally strike, they cannot really eat very well, it's really bad for them. Please don't breed this or encourage this morph.
And
it's
if you do
so
see
bad.
it, recognize what it is.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, if a snake is doing this but they're laying down, they are playing dead and they are terrified of you.
Uh-huh.
So, which isn't necessarily a bad thing as far as like their function, but it means leave them alone. They are trying to convince you they are dead. They're so scared of you.
Uh-huh. So I'm like, it's cute. But again, so recap really fast.
For real snakes.
Spider ball morph, no good. Neurological disorder, this is what this means. Fantasy game though, it's cute.
Yes.
So the gang's all here. Let's just get down to business.
Why are you so cheery? Do you know his plan?
Time for Operation Save Ilya!
Oh, you're
I
just
think it's
determined.
desperation. Like, I'm gonna do it. First things first. Did he tell you anything when you talked to him, nerd?
Nope,
Me,
obtuse
I
as
gotta
always.
slam out this book. Do the book. Do the book.
He said he had a plan, and I refused to show him this thing, even though I'm the sanctioned investigator on the case. It's fine.
What kind of harebrained plan involves being found guilty of murder?
Well, that sounds like him. Oh,
Hey.
I don't know, but I hope to find out. I'm going to find out. I couldn't make him talk any other time, but you know what? I'm just going to hang him up by his toes and be like, now you will speak to me.
Him. Ow.
Ow. I've discovered a new spell. All it's going to do is invert you until your fluffy hair just lays on the floor. Done.
Aha!
Now, speak.
Hopefully you will clean yourself so it'll slowly come off in little parts.
Oh, it would just sort of crackle and move forward. They didn't let you have a bath, did they?
Him.
God, the whole time I've known you, you've never been able to clean yourself. It's just that time you fell in the river with the eels, that's it. The whole time.
You wonder why there are so many dead eels in there now. I'm sorry, but I'm a little unclean. Like my soul! Sorry.
I'm just trying to reflect the feeling of my soul. Crispy and unfortunate. Before the trial, I found something else. Asra, do you recognize this? I shuffle in my bag, going, you couldn't tell when I shined it at you in the sun above my head. But now, pap! I shoved the book onto the table. I tugged the book I found in Julian's office out of my bag and set it gently on the table.
Where did you find this?
Julian's old office. I mean, cell where he worked. Asra gently runs his fingers over the cover and starts flipping through the book. As he reaches the back pages, where Julian's scribbles are the most abundant, his expression sours. Also, we should all wash our hands once we handle it, because it was in a plague room, just so you know.
Yeah. Well,
It's a good idea.
Yeah, do it.
Closing the book, he takes a deep, calming breath.
I think I can guess what his plan is, but I want to be sure. Nerd, why don't you and I go talk to him?
Dear God, I've been trying to do that for chapters. That'd be great. Thanks.
Hey!
Ever since you got back, this would be lovely.
Please talk to your ex. I can't get him to talk to me. He wants to date me while he's dead. So is this familiar to you at all?
Was he this self-destructive when you guys were going out? 'Cause dang.
I've got a few things to tell him, and I'm sure you do too.
Do I ever? Portia, do you know where he's being held? Do you want to come too? We could do an intervention. You know what it's a good time for? Intervention. We should all
time.
go.
Let's kick his ass.
I know he'll be under guard, and that people will be like, you can't talk to him, and only Astra and I will be able to go in. But I think intervention sounds like
I think at that point they'd be like, it's fine, because I think, unfortunately, so one of the stereotypes of going, oh, the guards gotta stay there is going, the guards usually stay there because they assume your gender. Unfortunately, because I've seen lots of cases where they'll be like, if they go, oh, if I assume that you're a man, they tend to actually be like,
You'll
if
be
you go,
safe,
leave me
you'll be
alone.
fine.
You'll be fine, we can help you.
If I assume you are a woman, or if I assume I don't know,
yeah.
then, he might take advantage of you.
Especially when we're that short.
Really? We are pretty short. I admit, he just would be able to, Slender Man arms us, and we'd be in trouble.
Hello. At the palace, my lady wanted to ask him some questions at dinner. She's gonna feed him?
She's going to sit him down at the dinner table and talk to him.
Well, when you guys figure out things with Ilya, I'm going to keep working on plan B. Good.
Sounds good. I'll go with you, Pasha. Maybe some of my old pirate tricks would come in handy, eh? Malak caws in my ear, then hops off my shoulder and lands on Mazalinka's. Bird?
I love you.
Why are you here?
That's what I want to know.
Hi, Bird. Why are you... I want to
hello.
I have no permission to touch you, but I just kind of want to put a hand out and be like, can I maybe reach under your neck and pat? So that, not to be intimidating over your head. As Asra shrugs on his coat, I don't usually shrug off, shrug on. I love it.
Sure. He's learned from the best. Because, Julian has only one way.
He does. He just shrugs it off. I just sort of slowly bend my knees until I fall out of it after the snaps are undone. And then I just go back in, same way.
And shoop.
It's fine. All right. Faust slithers up around his shoulders and peers over his shoulders.
That was a little repetitive.
You could have said up around, like, okay, so this is just a writing convention. There's nothing technically wrong with this, but for the sake of diversity of your author, it's good to use different, like, synonyms when you're writing the same thing close together.
Right.
Or to describe slightly different areas. It's something I always have Scandal check for when I'm writing,
right.
and Scandal always has me check for when they're writing.
It's true.
We go, I read this, and you said destroyed, destroyed, destroyed. Oh, and then we'll go, just, like ruined, and then crushed, and then, that kind of thing. You just swap in some synonyms, it reads smoother.
All right, let's get going.
First, I wonder if I could lick your pendant. I couldn't do it. It makes my tongue buzz. It's like a battery. Oh, when we reach the palace,
in the
freaking
record time.
Say in the dead of night because it takes so long to walk there.
In fact, another day actually passes before we get
In fact, it's a good thing the ball isn't for several days. It takes a long time to walk to the palace.
Oh, damn.
Hi, I don't know. It's fine. Anyway, things look great. The Chamberlain leads us to the dining room. The Chamberlain does?
Do we remember a Chamberlain exists in this entire game? I have no idea.
I hope so.
Let's find out.
The table is set for dinner, but the lavish spread is untouched. Everything is beautiful and gorgeous, and you're sitting there chained up, sort of awkwardly, and she's standing on the other end of the room, sort of staring. And it's one of those, like, one of us has to make the first, it's a Beauty and the Beast, one of us has to make the first move, kind of, on either side of the table. Nadia seems to be absorbed in questioning Julian, and he in avoiding her gaze. Okay, then she's just like, chin hands, speak to me, and him, I'll look at my feet. Oh, wow, look at that tile on the floor, it's
Holy
beautiful.
cow, I just keep shrugging off my cloak. It keeps hitting the ground.
Like, you know what?
What's that? Oh, is that a beetle? Oh, I don't know what that is. I think my
Avoiding your
shoes are
gaze,
untied.
these chandeliers, I never noticed them when I worked here.
Or him staring at the portrait, constantly, non-stop, going,
There we go.
Good evening, Nadia, Julian.
At the sound of Asra's voice, all remaining color drains from Julian's face. Ah, shit. Someone who actually knows me.
Ah, shit, my ex.
Here we go.
I have to leave right now immediately. Excuse me, Countess. You can't leave.
Do you have that kind of freedom at all? Also, are you in chains?
Yes.
We didn't describe anything. Is he dressed nicely? Is he dressed poorly? Why is he half stripped down? Nadia, answer me questions, but I want to stare at your chest while I do it. It makes it seem more casual, where it's all awkward otherwise. It's fine.
It's totally.
This is fine. Scrambling to his feet, he makes a dash for the door. He is completely free in the castle.
You're kidding.
Really? Okay, there we go. Only to jolt to a halt as the table rattles alarmingly. One of his wrists is handcuffed to a table leg. I just wanted to drag the whole table
Okay, my
out
question
the door.
is, like, okay, you guys must have either had a really bad breakup or, like, what the crap? That's one of the most juvenile things I think I've ever heard of.
Like, are you afraid of Asra? On the other hand, if Asra did aggressively curse you, like, against your will, because we've been theorizing about this curse the whole time.
Right.
Then is it like, don't hurt me? Or it really feels more like it's you're going to reveal something about me. Oh, hello, don't tell everyone.
Don't embarrass
Do not throw out my dirty laundry.
Don't show my baby pictures,
Right,
kind of
that
thing.
kind of
Even
thing.
though that stereotype is ridiculous and, again, very juvenile in my opinion, of being like, people have silly things about
true.
themselves.
Like, you act terrified of this person. And I'm like, again, me, Asra, staring up at him. What did you do? What did you do?
Because we're so clearly supposed to be supporting Julian, so I don't know.
know.
I'm torn at this point, I don't know enough, so it's kind of aggravating. It's funny to joke about, but sometimes it's really going, what is the information we have?
And also, what are the implications of
this
this?
much information.
It's true. On the other hand, I'm just like, I love the idea of him running for the door and either like doing the flanking out, hork, down onto his back, kind of cartoon style.
Okay.
And just laying there flat on the floor, arms sticking straight out above his head attached to the table,
shoulder.
Hello. Welcome to our dinner, I mean.
I didn't see you there.
I just thought I needed to go grab my
Cloak.
really
I'm cold.
quickly. That's all. It's a bit chilly in here. Or that one of, he runs, he horks on the chain and just slides to a stop and then just starts pulling slowly, like, excuse me, and the whole table
Squeaks after him.
Screeching out of the room
God.
slowly.
So also imagine, though, how hard yanking on that. What if, stuff started to go clank, crash?
I know, just things just rattling slowly off the table. The tablecloth slowly sliding off the other side as it's like hooked on something.
Nadia.
Nadia, frozen. Astra,
Portia. What are you doing?
Well, she's not there, but still, it's just like, Astra being like, I'll pretend nothing is happening as this table just slowly drags towards the door. Can I get my cloak? It's mine!
Don't worry, it's fine. It's all under control.
That's right. Asra and Julian haven't
3 years.
3 years.
Oh, so it's been 3 years since the husband died, probably.
Except for 8 years since his sister's seen him, and in a number of years since the death. But if he left, we don't know. Did he leave town? We don't know when he left town. So did he leave town 3 years ago when he left Asra, and then it's been, so that means that's when the
I'm clearly keeping track of dates so great.
God.
I know we've been saying
if
8
someone
years.
has a timeline for the parts of the game we'd already played, or can direct us to one online, like, because we needed a Witcher timeline when we were watching that, like, wow. So it would be helpful if anyone has, like, a timeline plotted for this, because if it's being told explicitly on screen, we are missing it. Like,
and that's
wow.
okay. We are definitely playing other games in between some of this, so I do apologize. I know some people are probably going, like, it's literally right there. And I'm like, do you know how many hours we've now sunk into this?
A lot. We do not remember it all. Additionally, a lot of it we were just having fun. So
yeah, it's true.
Do sit down. Do sit down, Doctor. Our conversation is far from over. He wilts under her steely gaze, and slowly, reluctantly sinks into a chair. He looks like he still needs a bath. Why didn't she bathe him before she sent him to dinner? Why didn't she dress him in something better? Is he a prisoner or a guest? A guestiner.
I mean, he kind of is a prisoner who's literally going to be he's a death row inmate.
I know. This is his last meal.
Yeah, this is terrible.
Nerd, Asra, how good to see both of you. Please, join us for dinner.
Again.
The servants bring us plates of richly spiced food, steaming hot, then retreat. I know the trial didn't go quite as planned. So I was just talking to the doctor. I was just asking the doctor a few of my... I can't do this.
You are having quite a time today. I'm impressed.
I apologize. Perhaps you'd like to ask him something as well. I have so many questions, I barely know where to start. Perhaps bluntness will yield results. Why did you lie during the trial? He stares determinedly at his plate. Determinedly, rather than at me.
This, the steak is cooked to perfection, Countess, if I do say so myself.
He really was like,
she looks at him and it's just like,
look at the tiles on the floor. Oh, you know what? That butler, he looks amazing.
I can imagine her just looking at him being like, it's curry, and we don't eat steak here.
I know, right? The steak looks amazing. Do you know that's a lobster? What? Hi. Oh, the lobster
steak!
Lobster steak!
Lobster steak! I mean,
that's how we eat it, where I, come from before we met, I do love the fact that they know each other, though. I mean, that they knew each other before he worked there, even,
right.
Which is kind of cool. I don't know what their, interaction is, though. I'm sure the kitchen staff will be glad to hear that, since they made such a lovely curry.
And also, like, the steak dinner thing, so to me, immediately goes, yeah, this is supposed to be a last meal. That is the classic last meal, which is actually really funny, because it's actually really cheap.
Steak?
Yeah.
Lobster's the cheap one.
They're both pretty cheap, especially like the
depends
meals
on your cut of steak.
Yeah,
because some of them have way more demand. But
that's usually though because most people don't know which steak they're asking for. People go, "Oh, I want the filet mignon," and filet mignon is actually more like the poor man's, rich steak, which is really not.
I'll say it is. On the other hand, if you're like, "I want a T-bone," that is like your cheapest cheap steak.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's plenty of those in the cow.
No.
Anyway, and not to be food snobs.
It's fine
because we're really, honestly not.
It's true.
I, on the other hand, would prefer to hear your answer.
And his flaky pastries are just divine, aren't they?
That's a stack of napkins.
Oh, so that's not mustard on the top, is it, with a dollop of ketchup?
Are you okay?
That's strange. I thought you'd be eager to tell us about how you murdered the Count. It's not like you to miss a chance to tell tall tales.
I would very much like to hear the story again. Perhaps with fewer plot holes.
Yes!
You threw a torch, Doctor. Was a convenient magical flame not available?
We're all just gonna hammer into him.
Thank you.
You see, oh, is this a golden goose? Him desperately, paddling, reaching with his other hand. I found something!
Look! It's a bottle of something I can actually identify correctly!
Woo!
We didn't want to get you drunk, so that actually is just cider. Oh.
It's golden goose cider.
Cider, dear.
It's the soft version of the hard version.
We just wanted to soften you up, dear. It's fine.
It's fine.
I'm just like, is this a golden goose? It's like, this is so very human, this scene. I love this. All of them, you might be on death row, and we've made mistakes or we've had challenges, but you're a person. Talk to us, dear.
Uh-huh.
Nadia levels him with a disapproving frown.
Levels it!
Yes,
Him
he
into
returns to the
planks!
floor.
Out of terror. He returns to the normal stationary T-pose position that he was animated in.
Yes, your standard character model. He freezes back into character turnaround mode. A disapproving frown. I can tell he's starting to sweat.
Got your tongue, Julian. Hope not. You've still got questions to answer.
We all know you didn't kill the Count. Tell us the truth. Who are you protecting?
Like,
at
seriously,
this point?
what's going on?
Or why are you trying to punish yourself this way? Under the weight of our combined scrutiny, Julian folds like a bad hand of cards. He should, because at this point there's really nothing you can do other than going, I'm going to be a stubborn bitch and just stick to my lies forever because I don't want to be a person anymore.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll talk.
Thank you. Excellent. Good. Nadia waves a hand and the servants attending the room slip out. Whoop! Right through the wall.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did the guards leave too?
I mean, I'll talk, but honestly, you probably won't believe me. I don't even believe me. It's all a bunch of mystic malarkey.
That's adorable.
Mystic malarkey, Is that anything like what Nerd and I do?
Yes!
I didn't mean it like that, or, I did, kinda, but... Alright, you want to know the truth? What really happened?
Nope, we're just asking because, we can't think of anything else to say.
Yeah, because this is supposed to be a conversation piece, and you know what? It's the only conversation
it was just a rhetorical question. Like I said, it's like supercalifragilistic. You just say, hey, Julian, you want to tell us the truth whenever you just can't think of anything else to say? It's fine.
It's fine. We haven't been doing this whole game. That night, I was locked in my office looking for a cure. I managed to escape and sneak up to the council room. But when I arrived, the room was already on fire.
Because you can't remember of course, Muriel.
Yeah.
Got it. I don't know how I managed to escape, actually. The door was somehow opened. The truth finally emerges. Why, then, have you pled guilty?
Because the plague is coming back.
The words fall like stones in the silence.
It's only a matter of time before the first person falls ill. We had to find a cure. 3 years ago, I found one.
All right, so we are absolutely sure 3 years ago was when this happened.
Yep.
And Pasha didn't work here at that time because she hasn't seen him for 8.
Yes.
Okay. She came to work here later after that.
Okay, good
Cool.
to know.
Thank you for that timeline. This is helpful. Okay, so 3 years this has been going on, and we weren't here 3 years ago, so we know at least...
Or we don't remember.
Or we don't remember.
Our character's finally gone, we don't have memory, and we're going...
Do we
Really?
know?
I had no idea! You're not telling us anything! Sometimes, I swear to God, you don't even know what you ate for breakfast!
If you ate breakfast, I don't remember whether I did eat or not.
Hello!
Alright. And I found one. Excellent!
On the night of the fire, I was dying. I kept having visions, seeing a raven-headed man.
Oh, is that common
He was
for the
kind of
plague?
hot.
Aye.
I know it sounds like a fever dream, but it wasn't. It was real. He was real.
Hang on, is he in the painting? Let's
Is
go
he the
check.
hanged man?
Is he the card? Were you hallucinating Asra's deck, which you used to be familiar with, we assume?
Right. He helped me find the cure, but my memory is there. I can't remember what it was. If I see him again, I'll get those memories back. I'm sure of it. Shuffles
Who
in your
knows
deck.
the Arcana,
Wink.
will shuffle through the Arcana, which I apparently still have again from Asra, and plap it in front of you. I pull...
Yay!
Yes! I pull out the cards. Asra, when did you take those back from me? Oh,
Asra, when did I give those to you? What is...
Nerd, I picked your pocket. I felt insecure. They made me feel better. Since I wasn't willing to talk to you, I thought if I carried them around, that might help. I shrink away slowly.
Oh. I don't hate you.
No!
He's okay.
You hate me. I don't even have to look at them. The hanged man seems to leap into my hand. The figure you saw, is this him?
What? Huh? Who is that? How did you just have that ready?
Oh, you see, it's magic.
Ha!
Ha! Do you believe in magic? And I'll help you. Oh, sorry.
I thought so. Julian, in that vision, you met the hanged man.
Asra sets the book on the table with a thump. Plap. What is this?
A book of rituals.
And you should know it may be contaminated, so we should all wash our hands again.
You know, because we're at the dinner table.
Which Julian took from me
Hey!
3 years ago. got it. I'm sorry, I'm just like, hang on, the book. You got this, you can do this.
Which Julian took from me 3 years ago, without my knowledge, and made additions to it.
There's a judging face. Julian.
You know how, well, honestly, like, that could make sense. Like, books are extremely difficult, at least based off the time that this seems to be implying. They're very difficult to make and very difficult to maintain.
If you do not have a printing press, and since we were so unfamiliar with magical machines, which we could just be incredibly sheltered, as the beginning implies.
Right.
Like, and have never seen anything, or if we did ever see it, we don't remember, because wiping your memory is imprecise, and I can't go, you know what? You don't remember 18 out of 19 parts, but you do remember the 19th. No context, but for some reason I remember only that machine in a void. Fascinating.
So weird. It's almost like, you know, the Winter Soldier plot line in the comic books, which makes no damn sense. Anyway, I'm mad. It's fine.
Alright, it's fine.
I was just trying to make sense of it, clarify it, improve it, even.
You could have written on other paper. Did you know you could have written on paper next to the book and then just put
maybe
it in the book?
paper is hard to come by, but again, he was a doctor.
He had
so
a lot of paper.
No, I know. But again, he was a doctor, so that sounds weird. And also, again, he was sick.
It's true. He was sick. That's fair. I mean, you make different choices when you're under the influence. See, Yowie Beast Boys. Oh, Lord. Okay.
By getting stains all over it and dog-earing all the pages.
All of them. Every page. The whole thing is just uniformly dog-eared at the top.
Or are you referring to your lovingly rendered artwork?
Oh, dear. That's a little condescending, Asra.
It was mildly delirious when I drew that. The important thing is, from what I was able to translate, the book describes ways to travel to other realms. Magicians like Nerd and I can learn to visit these realms through a personal gateway.
And the people in your cards live in these realms? Excellent.
Is that what these are? They're summon cards. They're not just the Arcana. They are literally calling cards. So this is like Angel Magic or whatever, Angel Mage, the one from Garth Nix that I was reading. Where remember so there's a preview that I've done actually on our License Scandal Lit channel. I don't think it's up.
It's not published yet, as of this video.
As of this video, at least, while we're making this.
Yes.
But there's a new book out by Garth Nix, and it talks about angel magic, but the idea is basically that you have little, basically, charms or totems or whatever the heck else that basically tie you to a supernatural force so you have access to them.
Yeah.
Through these images. So I'm saying, so you're saying that tarot exists. Like, these are not just characters. The reason why the Arcana is such a big deal is because they are real
actual
beings.
How long did it take you to meet all of these and build a deck around them? And was it like Cardcaptor Sakura? Like you had to make a rendering of each of them?
So he really did go around in solitaire having to build the deck and build these relationships.
I love
it. Wait a minute.
What?
What if it's the fact that also, like, lots of these other, like, basically these faces were all connected to the various different people that we know?
Like
so
they
you
were
have to
an alternate reality?
It builds into that thing about solitaire of him going around and dating all these people, but literally to go make the deck.
And then finding basically their sort of mirror in another realm.
That sounds incredibly manipulative, and I know it, but I'm still just like, dude, that would be great.
That would be, okay, so when Solitaire comes out, we're going to play it. It's so great.
It'll be awesome.
And in case any of you are really confused, that is our head canon for the prequel. It doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, there is still
but it sounds cool as hell. We're having fun.
It's much harder for non-magicians.
Non-magicians can still open these personal gateways, though.
To even have a chance, they have to approach the boundary between realms. Like, between dreams and waking.
Like an extreme fever, like you might have had.
Or life and death. Before you ask, I tried the dreams thing, it didn't help. Nightmares all the way down.
That's kind of But even if it works, your cure will be lost to us. Your plan will kill you.
Maybe not.
I mean, his plan is to what? Go into another realm and ...
Like make a deal with the Hanged Man?
Or pull the Hangman over here, or speak to him again, or sell himself for the cure? Like, what do you think the Hangman even wants? What do you know about him? I don't know, it's fine.
I love the card captor. I was like, my brain's going, card captor Sakura. Oh, that's hilarious. Could I possibly borrow your dinner knife, Countess? No funny business, promise.
I have a steak and no knife. It cuts like butter with a spoon. Nadia arches a brow and offers him the knife. Handle first. With a flourish, Julian slices open his palm. Oh, lovely. Did he take off his gloves first or just slice it right through his gloves?
Hey, the mark shows up.
Aye.
So they basically needed to have another window where his hands are exposed because this is very awkward. I cut through... Okay, if you ever had to cut...
I destroyed my glove and my hand.
The level of ouch is real.
Like, I just... I would have just drawn him without his gloves on. Like, it's digital art, just pop the gloves off, have hands.
We can do it, it's fine.
Like, it could work. It doesn't have to be a full-on other rendering, just remove... Is he really eating with his gloves at the dinner table? Like, really?
Really?
And would Nadia stand for that? All right.
Did you read that
The
thing?
mark was glowing on his throat. No, I didn't. So as crimson blood blooms on his hands, the mark begins glowing on his throat.
He leans his head back so you can see the mark on his throat. Yep.
Before our eyes, the cut begins to close. Within seconds, only smooth skin remains.
See? I've healed from much, much worse than this. Although you would know, wouldn't you, Asra? After all, this is your handiwork. I didn't give you that mark. Ooh.
Uh-huh.
A fitting gift from a... Huh? But wait, if you didn't, who did?
Where's my memory?
You didn't talk to anyone about it. You assumed that Asra could do it over and over and over again. And you assumed it was Asra, like we did, because you also were going off about this and going, it has to be Asra.
The only reason we assumed it was Asra is because we trusted you as a narrator, because we have no information.
Even though, honestly, that in hindsight, I gotta tell you, really
Poor
dumbass choice. He doesn't know anything.
On the other hand, if we didn't trust him, we're left with zero information to work from.
So at least now we have a thing of going, that's not it, so cool, good to know.
But it was effective to work from it beforehand. Otherwise, we'd have been like, well, we just assume everything you're saying is a lie, so why are we even talking to you? Yeah, that was so not good. Not good. Who did?
I wish I knew.
Yeah. Doctor, can this mark truly save you from hanging?
If there's a limit to what it can heal, I am doing the wrong freaking accent because I'm stuck in between the two. Alright, so Asra is supposed to be French and Julian is supposed to be Scottish brogue.
You got this. You can do this.
If there's a limit to what it can heal, I haven't found it yet.
Alright, it could work. Once is all it takes. God.
Once is all it fucking takes. Like, screw that, because you're risking yourself that hard.
I was gonna say once is all it takes, but like, his plan is essentially the plan from, God, I don't remember the movie. There was this spaceman who went back in time, and they're like, we're going to burn you at the stake for being a witch. And he's like, that's fine. After the burning, I'd like to speak with the king. And they're like, after the burning! Ah! And his suit starts burning, and he just climbs out of the damn suit and walks away from the flames. He's like, all right, now I'm here to speak with the king. So he just survives his, own execution. And at that point, you're exonerated of your crimes because you've already been executed.
Well, the thing that also was very funny usually about burning anyway was it was intended. Now it doesn't mean that's what it was used for at all. I'm going to burn you to purify you.
Yeah.
And if you actually survived, you were considered then to actually be okay.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting down to like the end of this, and I'm going, I don't know what any of these choices mean, and I still haven't figured out the tonal quality of any of them, so I don't know. It could work. Seems like we're trying to think of like the good of everyone. Once is all it takes. Thinks of like his safety.
I'm like, you dumb. Again, he doesn't know everything that's going on. He's someone like, you're a dumbass.
He has demonstrated once over and over again that he doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That he has basically good intentions, but he's also unwilling to think about anything except for in his own mind with repetitive cycles.
Which is fair. A lot of people do that anyway. And where he's desperate and traumatized and can't remember things, he also runs the risk of... But I'm like, again, his emotional attachment to the fact that he has no attachment to memories anymore is weird to me. Again, we've talked about this before of going, we've met people who have amnesia. And it doesn't mean everybody acts the same.
But a lot, actually several of them, and one of, again, the biggest case that we knew, it's really like, I don't have any attachment to the missing memories. I am frustrated or grumpy when other people insist that I can remember or should have feelings about them.
Right.
And that is a feeling. But the memories themselves, I don't feel sadness for not remembering them. What I feel is frustration and anger and discomfort that other people keep bringing them up.
Right, that one.
That one.
Once is all it
takes. Once is all it takes. If he's right, he'll return with the cure for the plague, because he'll basically die again where he got so close with the fever.
Wait, did we completely misinterpret that?
And then be brought back.
Wait, what?
What
did we just think?
We said once is all it takes. I thought once is all it takes would mean you're going to die. Going once a failure would be all it takes. That's what I thought.
Right?
And then we're suddenly going, if he's right, he'll return with the cure for the plague. I'm a little lost again.
I am too.
If he's wrong, maybe that's it. If he's wrong, there we go. Sometimes we're just lost.
Yeah.
Wait, now we're going to say it's too dangerous? Okay, that is not what I chose. Because we aren't choosing for this whole circumstance. We're just letting you be aware that if you're wrong once in this case, after I stab him in the heart, well, no, he's not a vampire. Humans die from stabs in the heart too. Huh? Oh.
Right? That one. You're going like, what? It's dangerous for me, but the plague coming back, that's dangerous for everyone. Well, that's suffering. I'd do anything to keep it from happening again.
That's very magnanimous of you. If the plague truly is returning, I can understand why you would be willing to take such a risk. Do we know anything about basically disease control in this universe?
It sounds again like we're talking about, Black Plague era big stuff going on.
Side-eye, especially to keep your special someone safe. She looks directly at me. A cold shock of dread washes down my spine, freezing me in place. You guys are not subtle. We're not subtle. He's not subtle.
Except for the fact that
Julian's anything but subtle.
The thing that bothers me, though, is that I'd be like, this would be incredibly subtle because we've barely talked to them.
It's true, except for we have no idea what he's done while we haven't been here, as well as the strong reaction he had when we got here.
That's fair.
Also, you know what'd be great?
I don't know
if
you.
Somehow Nadia's like, I know you're freaking parading him around as a servant to the castle, but clearly you've got hold of him, so let's just see what you find out.
Honestly, very clever. Very
that would
good.
be amazing.
Especially because
we're just going, if I trust you and you have him there, then I'm just going to see where this investigation takes you. It's fine.
Right?
That'd be amazing. I'd be support her. She knows. Truthfully, I had only guessed, but your reaction is all the confirmation I need. Yes!
Good.
Well done. Well done. Nadia, Before I can try to explain, Nadia holds up a hand to stop me. No need, Nert. I understand why you didn't tell me. Though I admit, I don't know how you thought you were hiding it. You were hardly subtle. I let out a breath. I didn't realize I was holding. I am a protagonist, a teen protagonist. I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding.
And then I realized it was a fart. I felt even more awkward.
She's only teasing, not angry. Better.
Well, why don't we try an alternate plan first?
Asra's voice is heavy with worry. He sounds reluctant to even voice the thought.
It'll be dangerous, but...
The other one's already dangerous, so...
I can use myself as an anchor and send Julian directly to the Hanged Man's realm.
I can support you! I also have magic!
I cannot do this French accent when I've been doing such Scottish. I'm sorry, I'm having a time.
You got this.
I keep screwing up. Like, for me as a voice actor, I really did go, I want him to be French, but I cannot pull the accent because I barely saw him enough. And with doing all the British accents and everything else, I'm dying in a corner here.
It's okay. When we do the Asra route, we'll give Scandal time to practice. It'll be beautiful.
That'd be great. Yeah, you can do that. Yes, though it would work better if Nerd were to go with you.
All right.
What? No!
It can hardly be riskier than your current plan, Doctor.
Well, yes, that's true, but I don't know how this mark works. I don't know the first thing about it. But I know how this mark works. Whoops. I'm like, why would he know how this mark works? You only have the fact that that's actually your only limit. I cut a thing, it heals. Magic
I take on a wound, it heals.
That you assume.
Do you know how this works? I know how it works. You mean you know how you've been using it?
That's very different.
This is like people with superpowers or with magic and someone else going, why haven't you used it for this thing? And they go, huh?
I still love the fact of, so we had a role-playing session once where we had one of my friend Liza's characters over here look at one of my characters and go, why have you tried doing this thing with that? And the character was like, huh? What? And I had realized, so this is an old character of mine, and I went, I have never thought about that in reference to that character and their abilities ever, and I was completely blown away. It was super funny, and I'm still just always like,
so basically, they can create magical shadow arms, and they've used them for all kinds of edgy purposes. And this character was just like, so can you hold a pencil and, like, write your name? Like, it was really straightforward. Can you use them as, like, normal hands to do mundane, boring things? And the character just kind of died. Like, they sort of turned into paper, like, what?
Suddenly I realize I am limited. I don't trust like that. If you don't trust me, then do at least trust Nerd.
Julian's eye darts between us. I can tell he's not enthusiastic, but we should at least try. Then we are in agreement. I shall provide any assistance you need, and any resources you may request.
Then why don't you and I go get everything ready? The fountain in the garden should be perfect.
Excellent. Very well. Nerd, I'm sure you'd like some time with the doctor. Oh my god, really? Please meet us outside when you're ready. Here is the key to his manacles so he can join you and you don't have to bring the entire table.
Please.
Please, don't bring the table.
We're going to have to clean up that mess that he's now made. If we're going... And the table was very big. I have to give a beanpole of a man a lot of credit.
Good job!
And he's like...
You are
I didn't work a pull.
Terror filled you until you dragged the table halfway across the room. Nadia rises and comes out around the table to unlock the chain. Okay, there we go. Good job. That's good. Excellent. I was just going to be like, here's the key. Please don't move the table. I love it. She pushes open the door to the dining room and glides through. Asra glances back at us, then follows her into the hall.
Oh.
Behave, children.
My children's.
Julia and I leave the dining room together. Our footsteps echo down the empty hallways. No one is concerned about this at all. The servants and guards who are out here in the main area don't care at all that he's walking free. Everyone has complete understanding of what's going on, or just assumes it's fine.
Right?
Every few steps he glances furtively
Yep.
at my face, only to hastily look away whenever I turn to meet his eye. Hey, do you want to go see my room? I stayed here for a couple of days and then completely vanished with you, but I still have maybe my old clothes here. You can see what I normally wear when I'm not dressed in Nadia's stuff and haven't changed for days. Wait, I mean, I did go back to Astra's house, but I don't know what I did with my clothes. I might still be in my pajamas from the other day when Pasha interrupted me.
But I'm really tired.
Do you want to go see my guest room? It's really pretty.
I'm so tired.
This is the first time we've been alone together since the trial started.
Which hasn't been that long. I like writers. It's been like 6 hours.
The first time we've been alone together since a few hours ago. Well, since the day before. It's fine. All right.
I'm sorry, I'm fine. I feel terrible. It's just effective. Like, you really have to put this into perspective for how short of a time this has been. This is Bella and Edward, like, epic levels of ridiculousness.
We've known each other for a week. The world
I love you maddeningly.
will explode if we are ever separated.
When I went down to my old office.
Before you turned yourself in?
Yes.
Before I can say more, he stops walking, pivots, and faces me and takes a deep breath. And a servant somewhere goes, did we ever figure out this wig thing? Or can I put this down now? I've been asking about it for a whole day.
Help!
Help! Help! Help! I know I'm an underservant, but I feel like
This
it should
is
at least
important.
be put somewhere.
What if Nadia just like to go, I know where that belongs, and it's just disappeared? So Nadia knew the whole time.
She
Again,
really is.
Like, that would be great. I'm like, that is such a level of, like, I am queen, fight me. But it's also, like, she's wildly at the same time, too, where I'm going, like, I'm stuck with her going, but you haven't really done anything until now, so what do you...
Machinations behind the scenes. We've never seen them.
That thing, what she's going of, I've been plagued by all these dreams, is quite literally, she's been plagued of the thing of going, if I don't do something, a plague is going to show up. So whatever tarot she's connected to, whatever otherworldly being she's connected to, is going, plague, 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 plague.
By the way, look to the left, right now. Push, 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 push. Forget everything else. Be disorganized in your entire day. Plague over here.
Yeah, which would make sense.
And she's going, every day I'm just going, I can't focus at all. The dreams keep getting worse.
Yep.
All right, before I can say more, he stops walking, pivots to face me, and takes a deep breath.
I should have told you earlier, nerd. I'm sorry.
Why did you want to keep it from me? You had your reasons. I don't know. Yes, you should have. It seems very logical of going, we could have avoided a lot of this. You were treating Nadia like she was like a monster, basically.
Right.
Like she had no understanding at all, and that none of us did. None of us could possibly have comprehended what experience you had. Or you simply were like, well, it's too fantastical. No one ever in their right mind would believe me. And going, on the other hand,
I honestly, both of them, I would end up being like, yeah, you should have, but you did also have your internal reasons.
Like, I want to say both. You
Yeah.
should have shared, but you had your reasons not for doing it.
Right.
And you had your reasons for keeping it back, and you should have shared. Like, honestly, I would say both. I would literally be like, it is not unacceptable that you didn't share. You clearly thought it was the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
You should have, though.
Yeah.
And moving forward, you should use that knowledge to make different choices.
Yep. Of going like, it's clearly also still not working. Every time you seem to barrel off doing dumb things on your own, like, because you have been so isolated and because you have been basically so self-obsessed, maybe it's time, if you're going to be involved with other people, you should bring in those other people. Like, it's really
if
limiting.
you do imagine yourself having family and connection and home and hearth and kith and kin, you need to include people. Like,
it
that.
is a process, my dear.
I'll just agree with him. Yes, you should have. I should have told you earlier, we'll just agree with his thought process.
Yep.
That is what I feel that to be. I'm agreeing with your thought process. I'm not admonishing you. I'm saying that the conclusion you have come to is correct. Yes, you should have told people. I want to help you, Julian. Me, Portia, Mazalinka, even Asra. We're all here for you.
I'm so convinced I had to do this alone. Because if I'm wrong, the worst happens. I didn't want you to feel responsible.
It's amazing that
What about your sister? Just
Right?
even for that.
Also, your grandmotherly figure, who also feels protective and responsible for you. Additionally, what was your relationship with Nadia? Were you guys partners? Were you friends? I mean, like work together partners kind of
Right?
thing. Was she aware of what you were doing in the castle? Did she have any connection to the plague doctors at all? Like, did she know you were a plague doctor? And if so, where did she think your damn office was? He has the one desk in the library, and everyone else who walks through this castle and disappears in there, we just assume that they're all working together only in the library.
Right?
How could she not know about this dungeon and everything going on? Additionally, in reference to our choice previously of just she should know what the courtiers are doing and what's going on in her own freaking castle.
Ah!
I didn't
want you to feel responsible. I already read
I know,
it, but
I know.
thanks. But you just came to help. How about that? And honestly, though, dude, past a point. So this is one of those things you gotta realize, too. I know some people, they have a weird thing about it going, it's like, you also, though, have to be mindful, kind of your friends' feelings and their resources.
They are not obligated to keep helping you no matter how much you push them away.
That hurts.
It does.
It's kind of like the thing with family. Well, you're always going to be with family, and you're always going to be attached. So I hate that trope of being like, well, you're always connected, so you can never say no to them.
Additionally, when someone is pushing you away, even if you think they need your help, if it is not a life and death situation, pushing their boundaries is not cool. It is not always appropriate to go, intervention time, we're going to shove my space into you. Now, a formal intervention, like bringing all the people together and then allowing them to choose to enter that space or not, is very different than going, but you needed help, so I made you receive help.
Though there is also that problem, though, too, of going, a formal intervention, sometimes even with having multiple people involved. So, unfortunately, I've been involved in one of those, and it
can still be handled badly.
Oh, God,
Very
it can
badly.
be really bad of being like, you're the only one who did this wrong, and you're like, but you won't even listen to me, because what's happened is the one person who this whole thing is centered around, other than you, has been the one to talk to everyone else, and you've never had a conversation really with them.
So interventions need to be handled very thoughtfully as well. It is still important to come from a place of love and support and being open to why the person is making the choices they are. But just letting them know that everyone is there for them and aware that they're struggling. It is not to shove your way into their space and tell them they have to be and do things differently. Now, you can tell them, we can't all stay here and keep helping you or being present for you if you keep hurting us. But you should not be like, the ultimatum is either you do everything our way or we're all leaving you. It should be from a place of love and affection.
Right.
And of going, I care about you.
Or at least
so
a willingness to recognize you as another human being.
Respect.
Yeah.
Mutual respect at the very least.
Right?
Anyway.
Speaking of which, this alternate plan of Asra's, have you ever done anything like this before? The whole, enter another realm thing?
Not that I remember it all, probably. It's likely been wiped from my memory every time.
Right?
But I wouldn't know that. Well, no. Asra's talked about other realms and personal gateways before, but never in any detail. I've only ever heard the voices of the Arcana. I've never seen them directly.
I mean, who's to say it'll even work? And even if it does, how real is the other realm anyhow? How much can it affect us?
The one other realm. Just the one. It's the other realm. Weird game.
No kidding. What if someone gets hurt in it, or worse? What then? Didn't Asra say this was dangerous?
I mean, our realm's dangerous, so it makes sense that theirs is. Nope. Real reality is dangerous, but fake reality is completely safe.
It's completely benign.
In all ways. A whole other world where other people live is absolutely safe.
And especially in regards to the fact that you're not necessarily from that other realm, so why it would ever hurt you makes no sense to me.
Julian, your hands are shaking.
What, me? Hey, my hands are as sure as the sunrise, nerd. When does anything bother me?
Your glove is
sucks
still...
them into his chest.
Yep, he just slides them up under his armpits so hard. Foop! No hands for me, I'm fine.
And then his whole body starts jittering and he starts bouncing around. So
it's like when someone tries to hold the moving object. Nope, it's not moving, and their whole body starts shaking. The cartoon mechanics in here are brilliant. He says that, but the fine tremble in his fingers tells another story. His gloves creak softly. I'm not fooled. This plan makes him more nervous than he wants to admit. That's about right with everything. The hallway is still empty, but maybe we can go somewhere more private to talk. Do you want to come to my room now? Why is the hallway empty?
Get some privacy.
Oh,
because
we have to get some privacy. We need to know what the heck we're going to say.
No kidding. That we've never been in for like
Do you want to
days.
see my original clothes? They're still in there. You know, honestly, when he's muttering, he sounds clever and charming as hell. I'd love to hear it.
And he's basically...
Somebody write the muttering, because otherwise I will. You know, pacing and listing all your faults. Oh.
Realize where we were going.
Wait, it's a bedroom? You took me into a bedroom? I'm going to die. Last time we were in a bedroom, you sat on me so I couldn't get up.
No!
Yes. You're gonna make me sleep, aren't you?
Oh, let me go.
Can I should just go. I'll go. Look, there's a balcony. I'll just run down that way.
Oh, look, he isn't a horn dog. Crying all the time.
We've heard some things, even as we've tried to avoid things about this boy, and we have different opinions.
It's fine.
It's fine. I feel like I want to be like, Julian, how can you be intruding if I, the possessor of this room, have invited you in?
And I closed the door.
3 questions. I will
Yes.
answer them all in successsion.
No,
and yes.
no.
Because there are no other surfaces in the room except the floor. And I assume if he has to sit down, he won't be able to get up.
Because he has such legs.
Because it's a long way down.
No,
It's a long way down.
And the mountain slowly...
We were just thinking of the Try Guys thing with the sit on me. It was just, yes, it's great.
There's this great little video where the Try Guys, like one of the friends tries to get the other guy to sit on his lap because male affection actually isn't very common in the United States. So he's just like, you know what, screw it. Men can sit on other men. Let's just do it. So the guy runs around and he keeps going,
patting in his lap,
patting in his lap,
like, I'm sitting, sit on me. And the other
his
one's
friends
like,
went,
all the time. It's very charming. Can I take his glove off first? Can I?
Please.
Can I just creakily interlace our fingers together and lay it over my heart?
Ow, pinch, ow, pinch, ow.
I use the hand that he didn't cut open so the glove won't pinch me. And wishes his glove were off too. I just want to keep mentioning the gloves all the time. I'm gonna die. We are Pokemon!
Yes! Their breathing is in sync with yours. Don't you feel great?
Yes.
That sounds very strange.
His hand is no longer shaking. Have his hand stopped shaking. He's holding his hand over his heart, jittering.
Just like,
jittering gently, like, whoa, it's okay. It's okay. He has passed out. Tension was all that was keeping him going.
And caffeine!
Caffeine!
Snaps out.
Terror and tension. That is the fuel of a champion.
Woo!
But I also don't want you to die. You keep saying that, and you know what?
You're gonna get us hurt because you won't talk to.
It's gonna happen.
You shockingly, this is actually very common in real life too. I just didn't want you to get hurt.
So you didn't tell me important things that actually could have helped me?
Thanks!
So you're
I got
saying
hurt.
the information you had didn't hurt me, but the lack of it caused me great harm.
Thanks.
So
I hate it.
No. Why did you think my memories coming back would hurt me really badly? That's what I want to know. Because you really did go off on, like, if you remember, it'll be horrible for you.
And it's been dropped. Yeah. What?
And I'm like, why? Also,
What are
we
you
didn't
talking-
gain any memories when we were down there, so that
So
apparently
I'm like,
wasn't...
were we here during the plague? Once again, that thing I questioned, did we die?
I say, I don't know. I'm wondering. You won't know what to do because, you know, you'll be as untrained as everyone at the trial yesterday. It's fine. We'll handle it.
I mean, we've at least got a partial magician, and then we have a no magician, so one half of a magician is about as good as we're gonna get.
Half a magician is better than no magician.
Uh-huh.
Excellent. So teamwork, you know what? Honestly, if I had to pretend I was a nerd and all the characters that I made, generally for me, there's a running theme in my characters. If they are willing to relationship at all, in role play and stories, whatever, they like partnerships.
Right.
They don't like strong power imbalances functionally where one lords over the other or one has all the social prowess and the other does not. They like to be working together as a team. When I finally saw Pacific Rim, I was like, yes, teamwork, that is it. Equal partnership of teamwork. That is my relationship go-to.
Goals.
That's fair. You need a bath. Honestly, I should have taken you to the bath chamber for privacy. I'm sorry. You know what? Let's not do this with you, filthy, okay?
That's it.
I honestly
What? Okay, the thing is, everybody keeps going, despite what? And you're like, please explain. Just explain, what am I supposed to spite?
Despite the fact that you tried to dump me at Asra's house, despite the fact that you were cryptic and obtuse, despite the fact that you kept saying you were going to hurt me and are a bad person, or despite the fact that we have a lot of fun together, despite the fact that you seem like you're a mess and you need support, despite the fact that you have amazing family, like, wow, who love the hell out of you, despite the fact that half the city adores you.
And honestly, you are kind of a very giving person.
I say, and despite the fact that you have an incredible sense of protect other people at all costs. Him, sees anyone, baby, must protect.
Right? Must protect, must love.
Hi. I also, despite all the people in the world, I don't know very many people. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I don't know hardly anyone.
Right?
Just so you know.
It's okay.
No, it's your eye patch aesthetic. Once you feel better and don't have it, I don't know what I'll feel for you.
Yeah, we just won't have anything anymore. It's fine. Oh, good.
Even I felt callous saying that line. I'm like, oh, poor baby. I don't even know what to pick
flirting.
there. We're flirting.
We're
I'll
flirting.
show you magnetism. I really want it to be like, I'll show you magnetism. And then we like reach into our bag and like get one of those cute little objects that are metal and hold a magnet over it and make it spin and just be like, see? And then being like, we affect each other kind of thing. Like it's a charming kind of cute flirt, not like a heavy sexy flirt, you know?
Right?
Like I think that would be very cute. Like we make each other's worlds move kind of thing. I don't know. So that was just me. I just think that would be adorable. But I love like playful light, like personality flirting more than physical flirting a lot of times. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't
Oh, yeah, the physical flirting.
get into it, but I'm saying that in general, especially in like the public view, which is what this is for us, the player right now.
Right.
I really like it cute and fluffy. I always have.
Because also there's a thing, I guess it's maybe just the fact that like some of it, maybe it's just our cultural background. A lot of this is like, I guess we get kind of harsh on this because it's going, we're literally sharing this not only with the world, but also with each other. So it feels a little strange.
And I do feel this game is meant to be played by one person, so it's a very interesting social experiment to do it not only with two, but with an audience as well, and having this experience all together.
Right.
So
I want to do, I'll show you magnetism. I would do you
magnetism. I really do. Like that's more like clever and sassy, which is kind of fun. Because you could say you're attractive. It's just sort of cheeky.
That could work too.
Cheeky. Which is downward towards me. As his shoulders are hunched down too, so he can get down to me.
He had to groan literally because he has to collapse his entire torso to like.
It's okay. He already had a collapse into us, so when he sat up, maybe he didn't sit up all the way.
Maybe so. He's like,
it's okay. This will help some of the height difference. I'll just boost you on my thighs. It's fine.
Yay!
That's adorable.
It solves 2 inches.
He doesn't have very big thighs. Just sorry. Do you also want a bath? Because I do.
I need to be clean.
Balancing on your thighs is a project.
You are like bones.
You are very thin, darling.
But also like, wow, you are whipcord like strong.
Like strong, yes.
Like
it's not like it's uncomfortable. It's just like it is a balancing act. I feel like an errant teen. Knock, going, we did say you had to come back to the garden. Hang on, I just need to throw him in the bath. Sorry. Oh, I wanted to be clean in the other realm. If we're less offensive, maybe we'll be less suspicious.
Maybe the hanged man won't go.
Oh God, you guys reek, both of you. Like,
hey man,
so
I'm
bad.
the one here wearing a loincloth and you're just a disaster.
And you.
By the way,
whoa.
Wow, what a bitch.
Love that. La la la. You know, cultural things that I don't know about, so I'm just grasping at straws. You know, sage to smudge, is that a thing? Maybe herbs to grind, or fling. You need a wine gun. drink, you know, potions to pour over your head. I'll make it up, it's fine.
I mean, honestly, for me, it kind of works because I still feel like, again, like if you bring up like really him going, let's really get intimate, I still feel like he gets hesitant. So I'd like, for me, I'm like, why is it a surprise?
It's not a surprise.
It's a pleasant surprise. It seems pretty...
No, a pleasant surprise to hear him say that he would stay the night, I think. I think we're saying the first half is the pleasant surprise.
Okay, that would be nice.
Yeah, going that he would just
cute.
like to stay here with us. However, I'm going, I don't want either of us sleeping in this bed. Ew. By the way, ew, gross. Ew. I don't also want the servants to have to deal with that amount of melting crust if we actually do anything. Or if we just sleep together and it's warm and then just, you know, sweat that's been re-dried and reheated and rehydrated and let's just, could we not? Let's not. Maybe we just shouldn't. I'm sure the Countess would love to host us. It's fine.
You should really, like, flip up the eye patch and redo it. Hang on. Point. Turns out I think...
Just pauses. Holds up his bangs, flips up the eye patch, winks at you. That's adorable.
Super cute.
Yay! But honestly, I'd be like, we have a bit of time together. I really do think bathing. Honestly, bathing. Just, let's put you in different clothes, put me in different clothes. If we're going to go to another realm, I feel like showing up disgusting is poor form.
Because especially we don't standards. Oh my god.
When we finally emerge into the garden, Asra and Nadia are talking. Their words are lost under the murmur of the fountain. The fountain has thoughts as well.
It has feelings.
Asra shed his jacket. At his feet, a protective circle is etched into the dirt. Bowls of water sit at the cardinal points. I recognize it as a transportation spell, but the symbols etched around each bowl of water are unfamiliar to me.
He had to run all the way home. He got there in 5 seconds. He teleported himself.
He teleported home, grabbed the appropriate materials and containers and enchantments.
And then teleported back.
Nope, he's just memorized everything and he borrowed the bowls from the kitchen. It's fine.
Nadia, when did we get those in there?
Nadia.
He's like, I stored these from last time. Last time? Why?
It's fine. Oh, never mind. Just don't worry about it. I keep things in the castle just in case. You will never find them. Don't worry about it. They're all in the dungeon.
God. In my fungeon.
Alright, it's fine.
You two are gone quite a while. Did you all get caught up?
No. You see, we were trying to take a bath and it didn't work. Oh.
No, we're still really dirty.
I'm saved from answering when a frazzled-looking servant runs up to Nadia and whispers to her.
Hang on, use actual words.
Oh, damn. I catch the words synchronized swan flock and lemon, not lavender. The ball. It's fine.
It's the ball.
I love it. Duty calls, I'm afraid. The masquerade is almost upon us, and there's still work to do. I'll make sure everyone who might possibly walk through this garden all knows exactly what you're doing, that they should not interfere. That way we'll all be on the same page. Excellent.
All right, cool.
I will ensure that you are not disturbed. Take as long as you need. That's good. Excellent. Thank you.
That would be very suspicious, and also, again, I'm like, okay, so her courtiers and everybody else must be okay with this? Like, what is her relationship then to them at all? Like, I don't understand.
They seem to have power and freedom of movement, and especially her appointing the one as the judge. They seem to have position. Thank you.
Blastamale. It's
Blastamale. Fine. Anyway, as I'm like, a lot of these. It's fine.
I'm gonna call him Blastassist, and I don't know.
Sometimes. Valium. Yes. You're really going to tell absolutely everyone in all of your court to just stay out of the garden and they're all going to be fine with it. Like, your sisters and everything going, really? What are you doing with this murder? We haven't asked any questions. You know what? What happened with this trial? Were we at the trial? Did you make us stay home and miss the entire thing? We wanted to see you perform our local government.
Ooh, that would be great. Our sister's doing something.
Like,
especially while we're here. That's awesome. It's a show.
I know. It's also fascinating to support our sister and go, what have you been doing? You're going to enact new government. We want to be there for you, our close family.
Right?
Now, you know what we'll do? This big, massive, historical thing in your country, we'll just sit back and drink tea at the palace. It's fine. That feels kind of weird now suddenly that I mentioned it. Like, I started as a joke and now I'm going,
It is kind of weird. Thanks you, Nadia.
With the servant trailing behind her, listing one crisis after another, Nadia ascends the stairs towards the palace.
Where's Portia?
Don't you have other people to delegate this to, dear? Where is Portia? Where is the head of staff? I appreciate that you're coming straight to me.
Where's the Chamberlain? Where is this person?
Yeah, like, have you not have any other chain of command to go through? It has to go straight to me. Someone going, actually, I'm new. I forgot chain of command, so I went straight to the supervisor. No one trained me.
Nerd, use it here. And Ilya, use it here. Now, I'm going to send you into this other realm. You will be asleep here while your minds travel.
Okay.
I'll be your anchor. Nerd, I'll attach a sort of safety line to you. If you're in danger, just yank on it, and I'll know to pull you back.
It's the golden string. I love it.
But that doesn't mean you should let your guard down.
What do I need to look for?
Other realms don't always follow the same rules as ours. They can be dangerous. So, Ilya, whatever happens, follow Nerd's lead. They're a skilled magician. They'll protect you. Is everyone ready?
I suppose as ready as I'm going to be. Because am I a skilled magician? Do I remember being a skilled magician? I have acted like I don't magician much at all this whole time.
We don't magic, man. I think so. Are you ready? I'm ready. Something got me!
Is it the bird? Julian holds out his arm, shaking it frantically
It's
to
the
try
cat.
and dislodge Faust! Yay!
Faust is like,
Pep.
I go.
I'll go with you. She's coiled around Julian's upper arm, squeezing tightly, and the building tension dissipates.
Faust! How good of... Oh,
He's
so
very
beautiful.
cute.
He's very adorable.
He is. He's drawn very cute.
Uh-huh. Good of you to join us.
She slithers back onto Asra's shoulders, blepping playfully at Julian. That's adorable. It's very cute.
Now, everyone's ready. Close your eyes.
Faust, you too. I know you can't blink, but you
But
know.
you have
Just do
eyelids, so
it.
pretend.
Pretend. All right. Wait, is it going to keep going? Is this not going to be a chapter cut?
Like this? Is this okay? Am I doing this right?
You're fine, Julian. I focus on the familiar presence across from me. Astra's magic washes over me.
Nerd, please be careful.
The world falls away. Yeah! I was like,
Woo!
if this goes much longer, we're going to be in trouble.
Like,
all right.
dang, so I guess this has been Scandal.
And I have been Lies,
And
and
it
it was great playing with you. Bye!